pretty close to like totally monopolizing like low Earth orbit. Like,
oh my god.
Which is like he's like fully going for like space colonialism.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But terrifying.
Would you go
To
to
space?
space?
Yeah.
Not with
to
him.
well, not with him, but to like if Earth is continuing on its pace as it is.
I think it makes me very depressed, the idea that we're already thinking about leaving as the best option.
I don't think that I will get the opportunity.
Yeah, we're too poor to
Please,
End up in
you are in
space.
divorce. Tiger.
So true. We might have our own spaceship like that. The divorce,
There you go.
The divorce
Yeah.
The
mothership.
Tiger logo on the side.
The tiger logo specifically.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't really want to leave Earth.
Yeah,
so-
Earth's
Really?
great. It's like made for us. It's
love-
perfect.
yeah, it's
the
our-
Did you
perfect
have
place.
any thoughts as a child about space and
Yeah, I wanted to
Going
be
to
an
Mars
astronaut as a very young child, and actually, my mum spent quite a lot of time teaching me stuff when I was like really young. I was quite an early talker. I feel like that's a braggy thing to say, but I talked early, and I learned all the names of the planets and the relation, like their distance to the sun from the sun, at like 1 or something. And I don't know that now. I've forgotten what that information is.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was very into the planets.
into the planets and astrology and
Yeah,
not
it's-
astrology, astronomy.
I was like baby genius, and then it peaked there.
And then it peaked at
Never
2.
learned anything else and just lost information.
Yeah, because you're really
Reasons.
stupid now.
Yeah, I've lost it all. I couldn't name a planet.
Yeah.
Please, based on your songwriting, not even close.
Yeah,
Cute.
yeah.
There's lots of space-related songs.
Yeah, it's all about space.
I'm speaking with Tiger and Felix of the band Divorce, who I am so stoked to meet. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for.
I'm a big fan of the band and the music and
Nice.
and apparently Tiger's brain now. So
Yes, yeah. It's full of
It's smooth.
incredible information.
I'm eager to dig in to see what other knowledge you have
Yeah, yeah.
aside from music and
Please
songwriting.
ask away. I'd love to share.
So is Pluto really a planet or what?
I would say it's definitely, I would say, a country that I recognize as a part of America. That's
Whoa! Oh my god!
Wow.
oh, it's a joke. Sorry, it was a terrible joke. But I don't know. Pluto's not a planet now, right? It's like it's been declassified.
Declassified.
Trump's gonna try and make it a planet. Trump's gonna make it a part of America, though. You're right.
This
Yeah,
is true.
sorry.
He's like trying to. He's
He's just thinking.
He's
Forget
started to,
Greenland.
like-
We should just go for Pluto.
yeah. He's going straight for Pluto, and
Yeah.
I'm hoping he will just end up there on his own.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a good chance.
Yeah.
What a time for you guys to be in America right
Yeah,
now, huh?
yeah,
This is your
weird time.
first American tour.
Yeah.
And here you are in the thick of all the strife and tense
Absolutely.
political, geopolitical issues going on.
It's a strange
It's
time
very
to be
strange.
in America. I think I kind of rack my brains to think of a time in the last 10 years though when it hasn't been a strange time to come to America. And it's definitely a thought that's in my mind when
Yeah. Well,
I was thinking of coming over here, but like really like the people that we've met just go to prove that America is absolutely not what people like Trump claim that it is. Yeah.
let's talk about the positives
Yeah.
for a moment, though, because at the time of this filming, you guys are on quite a high. First North American tour, but also playing a couple of shows with the illustrious Sam Smith,
Yeah.
your country mate,
Yeah.
at the Castro Theater in San Francisco, which is just a legendary theater that they just reopened, a beacon for the queer community and all those things. So please divulge what that experience was like. Did Sam call you? Did he DM you? Please play.
So it was a big surprise, actually. When we found out we were doing those shows, we were like, that's really random but amazing and like an incredible opportunity.
Yeah.
And yes, Sam is a hugely significant artist globally. So to be asked to do it, especially in a venue like the Castro Theatre, which, like you say, has an incredible history of queer representation and is in such a queer area, and having never been to San Francisco, which is kind of a queer capital of the world, like it is maybe the
It's
queer
historical.
city in the US, and like in much of the Western world as well, it's very recognized as that. So to be able to do that was amazing. And
It felt like a real honor.
yeah, it was an honor. It was to play for the people that turned up to see Sam, that they made the space for us and watched us and were respectful. Like, it was just so nice. We did a stripped back show, so it was just the two of us, and it was a bit daunting because that's not the setup that we're used to, but we were really welcomed.
Yeah, there was a lot of love in that room. There were people we met, and I don't know. It felt like a real incredible community. I think like we like you made the point, like we saw more pride flags than the US flags when we were there.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. That's a really good thing. And like, but we just met so many people who were like really happy that we'd played, and we weren't really sure how the songs were going to go down. It's like, it's a bit more like maybe left field, and the songwriting is kind of like less pop than Sam's stuff, but like they were responsive to it, which was really cool, and like there was a lot of openness to it. And Sam's show as well was just beautiful, like really beautiful. They're
Yeah, a
incredible
couple of
performer.
our friends were playing with them as well. Like old friends that we met through when you'd been...
Yeah, we did,
when you were...
plenty of DIY shows.
Yeah, we knew the drummer who was in Sam's band, and also the bassist. They actually both stayed on the floor of a flat that I lived in when I was 19. And so, like, meeting them at the Sam Smith show, like, so many years later, was kind of a very full circle moment.
Yeah, the last time we played
That was
together,
fun.
it was like there were like 20 people in a cafe in Nottingham. And
Wow.
it was like
Yeah, and then we were doing
in the Castro. It was crazy.
You said you guys played a stripped down set. It was just the two of you.
Just the two.
And I can only think about, gosh, it must have harkened back to your early days as a duo in Megatrain.
Massively. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like how we started. It
was just the two of
us
you
and a
and-
guitar
Yeah.
and
some
yeah,
synths.
and some synths, some crazily wired synths. There was always a lot of plugging things in.
It was an experimental phase.
Yeah. But yeah, we've I don't know, we've been playing as a 4-piece for so long now, the last 4 or 5 years, that yeah, it was funny. We haven't done that a lot in that time.
No, I think we've done one gig in the past 4 years where it's just been the two of us aside from the Sam shows.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It kind of put a lot of focus on the songwriting, I think. And it was nice to feel like the songs still held up in that sort of arrangement.
When you guys first started, it was just the two of you. You guys were obviously in the acting world for a little bit and musicians as well, but kind of really pursuing the acting side of things. It's really curious that the pandemic really shaped a lot of people's trajectories for a career, or provided a flashpoint or point in their lives, everyone's lives, of reassessing, okay, which way do I want to go? And you guys really put yourselves into the music side, and then bringing in Casper and Adam afterwards.
Yeah, it spurred us on to be like, okay, shit. It probably also came at a time in our lives when we were like, okay, we've been doing this for a few years. This needs to start working, and we need to like get out of our hometown, like, and feel like we can feel an audience growing, I think. So it was a bit of a kick up the backside.
Was there any panic in a way where it's like, gosh, no acting gigs, I have some notebook of songs, I know that Pluto's a planet, but they tell me it's not?
Not really panic. I still think we were kind of young enough to feel like things were still working out. I don't know.
You say young enough. Do you think that's just
Well, we were in the early
delusional
20s.
confidence?
No, I don't. I think like it takes a long time to sort of distill your craft as a writer, and I still feel like I've got a long way to go with it. Like I think I didn't have a lot of confidence as a writer as a teenager, and so I really wanted to get good at it. And I was very, very lucky in the pandemic. I was working in a cinema, and I was furloughed, which I don't know if you had any equivalent to that here, but a lot of businesses were able to pay their staff
for a period of time
80%
after,
of their wage, and I was able to remain secure and pay my rent and not, face what I know a lot of people that were artists and my friends faced during the pandemic. So I had time really to gather my thoughts and really work on what I wanted to say, I think, as an artist, and what we wanted to say. So, and I don't know, I just didn't feel like an insane pressure at that point. But I did feel like I wanted us to change something.
Yeah.
And we did. We changed our name and we added some members, and we didn't, you don't ever really know what's going to happen when you rebrand. There's no there wasn't a big plan for world domination or something. It was just, hopefully we can play a tour or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we did, and we're now in the US, and it's crazy and great, but I don't know. I think everything just kind of felt like it was happening on the go. I can't say that I was necessarily panicking because my expectations were so low.
We were kind of lucky, I think, that in a way that we hadn't really got ourselves sorted out before the pandemic hit, because we weren't really doing anything music-wise on any kind of scale whereby we would be earning any money from it, or if a pandemic happened now, it would be we'd really suffer, I think.
If it happened now, it would be terrible.
We got friends who, they were at a certain point in the kind of music industry, maybe mid-campaign or something, and then the pandemic happens, and that really just
it threw them off course.
Right. Off course so much. But because we were just working, I was doing hospitality work, you were doing similar thing, and the band was kind of just a vocational thing for both of us.
Yeah, I think
so. We didn't have anything to lose from the pandemic happening.
I think when I was before the pandemic, I just kind of wanted to be crazy and have fun, and I loved writing songs, and I wanted to do it. I think I knew I wanted to do it, but I think things have changed a lot in the last 5 years. Having a bit of a taste of being able to play to people and really feel the appreciation and really feel like you're making an impact with writing, even in a small way, makes me feel I would actually love to do this for my whole life. But I don't know if I knew that for sure until I was informed of that, through doing Divorce, really. Which is interesting and not really a way that I've thought about it before, but it's true.
The album is just so good, as I mentioned earlier.
Thanks.
This, I think, is definitely an encapsulation of all the hard work up until this point. We just talked about kind of figuring yourselves out as the first incarnation and then bringing in the others. So many great songs. And there's obviously a through line with, some songs in your self-discovery, Tiger, as well as just some life experiences. Even an ode to Karen Carpenter, which I absolutely love, with Karen. And it's not a sentimental, lovey-dovey type of song.
No.
What was the perspective that you were coming at, and why?
From Karen,
Yeah.
on the Karen. So I listened to a podcast called You're Wrong About, which is
Great podcast.
It's an American podcast.
Are they
Very
based in
good.
Oregon?
I
I think
don't
maybe
know.
they're Oregon.
Potentially.
Sorry.
I don't know.
They're really
But
good.
they are, well, actually, it's just Sarah Marshall now, the other host, who I think was a part of that. Anyway, I listened to one of their podcasts on Karen Carpenter, and it was incredibly moving, and I'd already been a lifelong fan of Carpenter's, and particularly Karen, of course. I mean, her voice and her drum playing is just when I was a kid, I was who is this woman? She's amazing. And yeah, I think I was also just particularly moved by her life story. And, you know, I think a lot of women in music kind of give all of themselves and really get such a hard time of it in return and don't really get to live a normal life. I mean, she's like an exceptionally famous example, but like on every level that can kind of work. Like, and I just really felt, I don't know, just like I wanted to create homage to her because she, and also I think on a lighter note, I just think it's really camp to like write a song about a famous woman. Like, yeah, I just think it's camp. Like, I don't know, Elton John writing about
Marilyn
Monroe, and then Diana obviously changed the lyrics. So that was kind of the format that I was going for. But Karen was like, I'd written it and it had a chorus, and then you were like, I don't like the chorus, and we cut it, and it was just so it became just like 3 verses, right, and then an instrumental at the end. And there's something so like fun, slightly shoegazy about the arrangement to that song, and I loved doing it. It's one of my favorite songs we've ever done.
Yeah.
Obviously, people love Antarctica. You did a little updated version with Mumford and Sons.
Yeah, that was lovely.
That people really gravitated towards. You even hung out with them and played a few shows with them, I think, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was that song that Marcus heard, I think, first. And yeah, we put out our record like 2 weeks before their first of these two double whammy that they're doing. So we were kind of on a similar release schedule, and I think that's how Marcus heard us. He heard Antarctica. It had just come out, and I don't know. We were about to play at Maida Vale. We were doing a radio session at Maida Vale, this like really prestigious, famous building in London, and we were all super nervous, and then opened Instagram and Marcus had shared Antarctica, and then we had some messages from him, and we spoke a little bit, and then next thing we knew, we had like 4 shows with them in the US, 2 in Bend, Oregon, and 2 at the Greek in Berkeley, and then some more in Europe, and it was really lovely. It was they put us in front of more people than we've ever been in front of in our lives, so it was incredible. Like, and they've been so kind and supportive, and yeah, it was nice to do a little version of Antarctica with Marcus as well.
Yeah, I'm sure these moments, especially the more recent one with Sam, must be giving you a lot of confidence. I understand that you guys have been writing while you've been on the road and touring and things like that, more new music is actually somewhat on the horizon and in the works.
Yeah.
It's in the works, yeah. We can't say much more.
It's always really lovely, I think, when other artists hear something in your music and choose to lift it up. Like, I think that's really cool, and I think we've been really blessed to have that a fair bit. Like, I think since we started the band, really, there's been a few people who, you know, other artists who have like really kind of gone out of their way to like help us, even though they don't know us. And but they heard something in the music, and I think as songwriters that's like extremely heartening. It's a lot of the time, I would say, mostly like those big moments are like not really what you do it for, but they definitely help you keep doing the thing you do it for, which is the satisfaction of writing a song.
Tiger, hearing Felix say this, how does that make you feel as a songwriter and your confidence?
Say what?
With regards to the fact that Marcus Mumford kind of quote unquote wants to help you out and endorse you, and Sam Smith is saying, divorce.
Until you experience things like, I don't know, it's all like a kind of gradual thing when you're trying to make it as a band, and then these amazing things come up and this amazing recognition happens. And, you know, I mean, I think as people, you have to stop yourself, because you could be really adaptable and just be like, cool, well, this is just normal. And actually, you can very quickly look back at things and be like, oh my God, I didn't realize, but that was hugely significant and massive. And these things come and go very quickly. And I think, yeah, the recognition from Marcus and the rest of Mumford, they were so warm with us and like so genuine and nice. And that experience of being like kind of taken care of, I think, as a support as well, and being opened up to that world was so touching, because you just know that nobody has to do it, nobody owes you anything. Like, they're choosing to do it, and they're choosing to help you, and they're doing that because they like what you're doing and they want to see you, and that is like an incredible amount of belief that someone can have in you, and we're incredibly grateful for that, and from Sam as well, like, and everybody that's, you know, taken us on as a support, because we've done a fair amount of them, and it's like something that you do when you're a small band.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, it's fucking awesome. I'm super grateful.
Very well deserved. I can't gush enough about you guys. I know it's a little uncomfortable from a fanboy like this, but one final question. At the end of Fever Pitch, I find it really interesting, considering this is your first North American tour, you say, "Thank you, Massachusetts." It's really kind of hidden in there.
You've got a good ear. No one has ever asked us about
Explain that one,
ever.
Tiger. Explain it.
I just am an incredible gobshite. Like, do you know what a gobshite is? I'll explain.
Gobshite,
So a gobshite is someone that just talks like a load of shit, like just like can't stop. Like, I like to like just say stuff that just comes into my head, and I was trying, I guess, to draw on like I was a lounge singer or something, and I was just saying thank you.
I don't think you were expecting it to be in the track.
I pronounced Massachusetts wrong as well.
Oh, it sounded like Massachusetts to me.
Okay, well that's good, because I think it may have been a trick of the ear that it sounded right, because I said it wrong. Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
I think I said Massachusetts.
I will have to re-listen, because the instrumentation's underneath and everything.
And I just say stuff, and it just spills out.
It was a little bit of like an Elvis moment.
It was my Elvis moment, and I don't know why I targeted Massachusetts, but we're going there. We're going to Boston.
I think it's like a place that
So I
sounds
can
like
actually say it.
America.
And I'm only ever going to say it once, and it will be when we play in Boston.
Well, now you have some shtick, because when you play it, you can just replace.
Yes.
Thank you,
Oh,
San Francisco.
Yeah, well, thank you, California, because it has to be the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
who
you,
has
California.
who says?
Thank you, NoCal.
Northern
SoCal.
California.
Do you say NoCal or SoCal?
It's SoCal and NorCal.
NorCal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not NoCal.
Not NoCal.
SoCal.
I've been getting confused as to how to. Do I say SF? Do I say San Fran? Do I say San Francisco?
Thank you for bringing this up.
Yeah.
SF.
Yep.
Super simple.
Yep.
San Francisco.
Yep.
Bay Area.
Bay Area. Okay.
Bay Area
But
is
San
not-
Fran.
San Fran. No. Okay. Really.
Oh my God.
Why?
is it-
There was a
Why?
little. I think someone even went as far as saying it's triggering.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a long history. I don't know where it came from, but its origin is somewhere either on the East Coast or Southern California.
Right.
And there's a rivalry between San Francisco and LA. It's very bro.
Right. Okay.
So it's like, yeah, San Fran, we're up to San Fran, yeah. That type of vibe.
Okay.
And
I see.
San Francisco doesn't play like that. And I say Bay Area. I don't know if you're into hip hop and rap, but you know, Tupac's
Yeah,
from
of
Oakland,
course, yeah.
right? Yay area, E40, too shorter off from here,
Right.
And they're shouting out the Yay area. So if you want to go hip hop, you could go, "What's up? We're in the Yay."
Yeah. I'm gonna
The local-
stick to SF.
Yeah,
SF, yeah. I feel like I just go San Francisco every time.
There you go.
SF
Yeah.
feels unfamiliar to me, because I'm
You
not
never-
very familiar with the Bay Area and the US on a whole. It's very new to me. So San Francisco, but LA is like, I feel like Los Angeles was quite difficult for me to say. I don't know why, it just didn't roll off the tongue. Whereas San Francisco sounds really sophisticated. And
I was about to say each region has its own thing, and LA's laid back, and we're in LA.
I don't think LA is that laid back.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty uptight.
Depends
I
where
like
you were.
it. I really like it, but it's a very interesting city. It's full of like crazy stuff. Whereas San Francisco is just lovely.
Is it true that it's very European?
I was going to
Yes,
say,
it
it
is.
feels like the most kind of European feeling city I've been to in the US.
It's got something a little bit French about it.
Yeah.
It's got something a little bit Spanish about it as well.
I've been getting the bus everywhere.
Yes.
And I have not been paying, and no one cares. Which is great.
Admitting on camera,
I've
Felix
been
of
paying-
Divorce has been
Sue me.
evading fare.
Sue me.
Fare evader.
Fair evader.
Fair
Well,
evader.
A fair evader.
Fair evader. But to be fair as well, it's like $3, which is not
Yeah.
too bad.
We were staying
Considering-
in San Bruno.
Oh, right near the airport.
Yeah, like really a little bit out of town.
Yeah.
And I was like sat on the bus for quite a long time, but I got into town in the end and it was
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful, San Francisco as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It's and just I don't know, looks great. It's my favorite place I've been
Temperature's
to
just right.
in the US, actually.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that.
Whoa.
We got
So
it.
far. So
Oh,
far.
so far.
We're 2 days in.
Fair enough.
But I've
fair
been
enough.
to about 5 places.
You haven't been to
Yeah.
Massachusetts yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Get ready, it's gonna blow.
ready.
I was about to say,
it's
I'm gonna
blow your mind.
email friends in Boston and please go to see Divorce. Record the video for when Fever Pitch plays.
It will be epic.
Thank you so much for
you.
the time. I really appreciate it. And gosh, again, fantastic album. Thank you for creating such great music, and best of luck with everything.
Yeah, there'll be
So
lots
happy
more.
you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be more.
Tiger and Felix of Divorce right here on B-Sides.